Good morning. Oop, my phone needs to be shut off. Good morning, phone. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Twitch stream. This beautiful sunny. It's very sunny.
It's nice and warm today.
It's nice and warm outside. I hope wherever you are, you're experiencing great weather. I'm experiencing the traffic here in Los Angeles. I just want to report. This is a traffic report this morning. We're going to start off with that in Los Angeles. I'm not doing any helicopters.
I did it for you.
Knock it off. You did. But that's more of a helicopter. Sucks. The traffic is, I cannot believe, it's getting worse because when I leave in the afternoon or late morning, actually, I usually leave before 11. Can you believe the traffic going home is bad now?
That's crazy.
Like the 405 freeway is literally at a dead stop. Every 3 days a week that I do come into the office, it's dead stop. It's
like
awful.
At 11:30.
I'm gonna just literally shoot myself.
It's gotten bad for me because I go from here to work out in Orange, right? And that traffic's usually pretty bad, but I get there on time.
Yeah.
Where it's surprisingly bad is I go the 5 to get home afterwards.
Yeah.
Which it's at 6:30, but it's worse now than it ever was 2 years ago.
It's so
before
bad.
COVID.
But the only thing that saves me again is like listening to podcasts, which this was kind of interesting this morning. I was listening. You remember Jacob Dylan? It's Bob Dylan's son. Remember Jacob Dylan? What's that one song he did in like the 90s?
Not a clue.
He had like a couple like big hits, right? Like some good tunes. And it was funny because he's in his 50s now. And I was like, oh my God, Jacob Dylan is old. And then I was like, wait a second, I'm old. And then I went to, but Tracy's older. And I felt much better, Trace.
But Greg's older.
Oldest. Greg is actually turning 50. And I was like, okay, I actually feel much better now. It's a relief.
Yeah.
But thinking that he is in his 50s just tripped me out for a second. I'm like, dude, time is flying really fast. And so he was talking about like how out of touch he is with like social media. And he, man, it's weird because he's our generation and I'm listening to him talk and he's like, I don't understand it. He's like, I don't understand. People try to explain TikTok to me. I don't understand. What's that?
The wallflowers.
Oh, the wallflowers. Thank you. I'm trying to think of the song. I'm going to stop. But it was a very interesting little conversation that he was talking about, like with the host. He was on Joe Rogan and he was talking about how he doesn't understand TikTok. He doesn't understand social media. And then he was like, I just feel like if you don't like it, you just shouldn't do it, and I'm like, okay, there's that, there's that for someone who's had tremendous success in his life and he doesn't need it. But it's kind of like telling somebody, 15 years ago, you don't need to advertise in your business. It's just not a good piece of advice. But the big thing is that.
Well, please do not be given that as a business advice.
No.
That would be horrible. But, like Stan, he has completely deleted all his social media.
Has he? But he doesn't need it, right?
He doesn't need it, and he found himself consumed with it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he didn't like that. So now he just consumes himself with Spider Solitaire.
What's Spider Solitaire?
Card game on your phone.
But what's the spider part? Why is it spider? So I know what solitaire is.
It's just a different version of solitaire.
Okay, and does he fully crack out on it?
Fully,
like hardcore.
All day.
So there's not a big difference there.
There's not a big difference.
but he feels good about it.
He just says now when he drinks, he doesn't have to worry what he posted.
That's actually a smart decision. It's actually a smart decision.
How about not posting anything?
Yeah, but when you get a little buzzed, it's that liquid courage, right? And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna tell them, either on the phone or in person. But now it's like the social media version is I'm gonna tell them, send, which now it's like for everybody to see. So that's a smart move on his part, I think. I think that's intelligent, and he's like, I'm gonna keep it safe, but enjoy myself with Spider Solitaire. Good for you, Stan. Great decision making, I believe.
You do not know what spider solitaire is?
No, I don't. I swear to God, I've never heard of. I've never
It's fun.
heard.
It's a fun version.
What's the difference between regular solitaire and spider?
I think
Spiders
there's
come and
more
you have to block them.
rows and how you play through, and you like regular solitaire. You flip 3 cards. I think this is 1 at a time.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while since I played.
Oh
but
yeah, boom. One headlight. That's the one. Thank you, Cat D from YouTube. That's the one.
I need to know something. Like, can we go up because like
One
everybody's not
headlight.
happy with something, and I'm trying to figure out what that
Oh,
was.
go up. Let's see. One headlight's a song. That's the one. So good. God, it's so good having chat because they can fill
you
in
see
my
that, Ramon?
awful memory. What? Okay, waiting for the operation to happen between now and a couple of weeks. What? Oh, somebody's having an operation. Esme, 1985. I hope you're okay if you're getting one. G's cannot solidify a time frame. Not sure what are we talking about here?
For the operation?
Oh, for the operation. I hope you're okay.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So,
And I hope
Esme,
they get it figured out.
apparently not somewhere in July. Going to call tomorrow. We are wishing you. I have another friend actually. He had a hernia. Okay.
Yeah.
Since January, he's not been able to get an operation to get it fixed. Yeah. He's like walking around in pain with like a hernia.
Like if they
it's
know
awful.
he has it too, right? 'Cause
Yes.
sometimes people have them. They go in for a different surgery and they're like, "Oh, we fixed a hernia while we're in
While
there."
we're
and
in there.
You never knew.
Yeah.
But if you actually know, he's
Yeah.
got to be in pain.
I know. I was like, dude, why don't you just go into the ER and like
Flop on the ground.
flop on the ground like a Mr. Furley. You guys remember Mr. Furley?
Mr.
Ramon remembers Mr. Furley. But yeah, do the floppy fissure. Just like seriously, go in the ER and just be like, I have an issue. But I guess it depends on insurance. Depends on how that can just get.
it really depends.
It can
It's
get interesting.
hard with some insurances.
Yeah, Serenity the Pink. I missed out on that convo. Hope everything will be okay. Yeah, me too. Not sure what it is, but hopefully you're okay. Kidney. Yeah, hang in there. I hope you are okay. Soulful, you're in Thousand Oaks. Is that am I getting that correct? If you are, it's gonna be a warm one. I think.
Thousand Oaks. Where's Thousand Oaks?
Thousand Oaks is just north of. So you have like Santa Monica. You head north on the 405 and you go through the it's called the Sepulveda Pass before you get to the valley where the 101 is, and that's where Thousand Oaks is right there.
It's warm here.
It's warm here, yeah. Thousand Oaks in the valley, it gets toasty.
I talked to my parents today on the way here. I talk to them every morning, and they were on a walk at like 6 o'clock this morning. I'm like,
In Vegas?
Yeah. What are you guys doing? Well, we're trying to beat the heat, and it was 118 yesterday. They said.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh my
And I laughed. And
God.
they're like, "You need to come visit." I said, "Hell no,
Dude.
hell no. You come here." Well, we have a pool. I said, "So do I."
Yeah.
And I have a beach and nice weather.
Hey,
I
why don't
win.
you come over here?
Yes.
Mom and Dad,
Come here.
Come down. SoCal Mandy, I'm in Whittier. No way. You're in Whittier, man. My dad's auto shop, which was Ted Solo Auto Repair, was in Whittier like for most of my life. So I spent a lot of time in Whittier, and I think it's still named Ted Solo Auto Repair. The guy that bought his business, I think, kept the name just because he had a customer base.
Nice,
So, yeah,
smart.
I think it's still there.
And you guys didn't one of your because I remember when I'd go to teach, I would stay in Whittier.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't you have a place over there?
No.
Was Ray just putting me over there because that's where he lived?
Yeah.
Is it close
think.
to Santa Fe Springs?
It is close to Santa Fe Springs.
That's probably why.
Yeah, it is close. It's actually very close to Santa Fe Springs. It's like I think right next door. So, Craft Lady 92. Quick question. I did a fill yesterday and I completely forgot to put protein bond along the natural nail before I filled in. What are the chances there'll be any issues? I prep with swipe before applying. So forgot the protein bond. She can have lifting. What are the issues, Trace?
I've
that she
been
could
there, done that.
have? Been there, done that. Sorry.
Fortunately, at one time, a fill area is very small.
Yeah.
You may have a little tiny, I call it white lifting.
Yeah.
It's just a little white line you get in the back area instead of like a full-on peached out lifting.
Yes.
Might have that. You might have to do a little more filing next time.
Could she get lucky? And
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah. Because you know fills. There's not much.
yeah, just a very, very small area. C's, first of all, C said Three's Company's GOAT. Yes, it is. That's like one of my favorites. Although you can't make that show today for sure.
I was listening to
there's
a
no
clip
way.
from Family Guy the other day where they had Mr. Farley on there.
They had Mr. Furley on Family Guy?
Well, a scene. I mean, it wasn't him.
Oh, yeah, no. But I'm saying, but he was a character on the. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love Family Guy.
I know. It's
Totally not appropriate.
Dude, it's that, but that's why I need a little bit of that, like, ridiculous insanity out there.
It's not really funny, but they're just going to keep going at it until it is funny.
Until it is funny.
I love, like, the chicken fight. Like,
dude,
just
the chicken fight.
It's the whole show. And at first you're like, what? And then it's like,
yeah. Or like, I think he falls out of a car one time and he's like, oh, my arm. Oh, and they do that for like 10 minutes.
The original one is he trips.
Oh, he trips. Okay, that's what it was.
And it's, and it just keeps going. And then Lois has done it when she hits her boob one time. And like, it's
insane. Oh, no way, SoCal Mandy. Ted's auto is still there, right next to the McDonald's.
Take a picture.
That's insane. Oh my God, that makes me so happy. God, I was thinking about my dad. A couple days ago, and I was thinking about specifically Tracy. I'm like, that man took so much crap. Like, I was like, I didn't really understand. I was thinking about through like this whole, because you and I lately have been talking a lot about like building your clientele and building a nail business, and it was making me think a lot about just all the things that one goes through, right, in the process of building something, right? And I was thinking about my dad, and I'm like, this guy, what he literally went through. I didn't want to say this last week, but I seen Tracy at Rock and Brew. Oh, no way. Why didn't you say hello?
Yeah, why didn't you say hello? And then I'm trying to think how appropriate I was that day.
Not appropriate. No. You're just like,
Everybody, if you see me, please say hi.
Yeah,
please.
You should. But like, seriously, I don't know how my dad stayed in our family, to be honest with you, Tracy. I don't know how he didn't just like disappear one day and say, I am sick and tired of this. I am out.
I would have done that way before, just when you guys started breathing. I've been like, out. This is the thing. So your dad, obviously, you guys talk about him. Like, I met him later in life.
Yeah, totally.
And I always call him the teddy bear. Like, he's just a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
Nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
But, you guys talk about childhood. He had a little temper.
Oh, a little temper?
But you take that and what he actually tolerated, because most men would not have put up with that. Not men. I'm sorry.
Human beings.
Anybody.
Animals.
Husband, wife, partner.
Don't matter.
You just did what with my house? We have a problem.
Exactly. Look at that, Trace. My hubby was like, leave her alone. She said she was Star Trek. Dude, go and talk to Tracy. You should.
I love it. Please do.
You absolutely should. And then you should pull up a chair next to her and then start eating her fries.
I would let you. Because you know why? You would save me from myself. I'm going to eat all the fries if you don't.
Yeah, the nachos there are insane.
Yeah. So do you live there?
Yeah, she must be living somewhere close. That's a great place, though. So literally, it's God, the number of time, like, I was thinking back when I broke into their room, not broke in, but I stormed into the room at like 7 a.m. to like wake them up.
Storm into any parent's room unless you want to see some stuff.
Well, I'm gonna hurl and puke. Oh God, that is disgusting. I was in my late 20s. Your parents.
Yeah. Well, my dad. My dad liked to try to freak us out. He would do stuff like, because he was in the police, he was government.
Right.
He would leave handcuffs on the bedpost so we would stay out of the bedroom, because you walked in there, you got to see it. Not them, but he would do stuff like that just to trip the kids out. Like, stay out of my room.
I love it. That's a good rule.
I would never run into my parents' room.
Well, I did, and it was out of like, I mean, when you have like a big pile of cash that's missing from your room, you storm into your parents' room.
How old were you? I thought you said you were 7.
No.
How much cash did you have?
No. This is in the late 20s. This is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
The stuff my dad went through is like, me storming into their bedroom at 7 a.m. and like, where the hell is the money? And like my dad waking up like, what the hell are you talking about?
I don't got your drugs.
Dude, exactly. Like, I don't know what, and that's when we would do trade shows, and, the cash I would bring back home and I would store it in my drawer, and we use that to pay bills, right? And one day I walked in my room and it was gone. Like, And I had it actually, the money wasn't gone. The entire desk was gone. My whole room was rearranged.
I remember this.
Yeah, that's when my mom decided, I went away for the weekend, and she decided, I'm going to clean your room. So she donated my desk.
Cleaning her 20-some-year-old son's room.
Which is insane. I always tell my mom, like,
Well, and
don't touch my stuff.
were you messy as a kid?
No,
In the
no,
20s?
no.
I don't see you ever being like that.
No,
so.
I was not a messy kid, but she thought it would be nice if she like reorganized and got
trying
rid.
to do
She was
nice.
She's trying to do nice things, exactly. But our, the money, and this was, I don't know, it was like $7 or $8 grand at the time in cash in this.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money now. Imagine that's your lifeline. Like, I got to pay bills, I got to pay vendors, like I got to pay rent,
enough.
and it's still not enough.
Yeah.
And it's gone. It's like disappeared. And I just remember my dad's face. Like I stormed into the room and I was like, where's the frickin' money? I didn't say frickin'. I said, a lot worse.
Potty mouth.
Money.
We don't cuss.
Yeah, we don't cuss.
Hi, Mom.
Both parents, like, and my dad up in his underwear, he's like, what the hell is going on? Where's the desk? I'm like, Mom, what did you do with the desk? Like, screaming. And yet, like, out of a Quentin Tarantino, like, where's the goddamn, where's the
white
money?
powder all over your nose. Just popped up.
Shotguns and my mom was like, I donated the desk, on a Sunday morning, and that started the whole, like, my dad was the one paying a lot of the bills at home. And like, what kind of stress of your son storming into your room? Where's the money?
I would have kicked your butt.
Oh my God! You kicked my butt. I'm looking for the money.
Well, if you walk, you would have scared the crap out of me.
For reasons that I should.
Therefore, I would have said I thought it was an intruder, and that's why I beat the crap out of him.
like beat ass, ask questions later kind of approach.
Yeah.
Okay,
totally.
I would understand that. I'm surprised my dad didn't actually, because my dad was totally insane. But
this story is interesting though. But so did you get the desk back?
Yeah. I went on this. It turned into an insane getting in my truck, peeling out, going to a church, like knocking on the door, talking to a priest, of tracking down, because my mom said she donated to a church, and he said they donated it to a Goodwill in Orange. Got on my truck, went there. They wouldn't let me in. I was like banging on the door. I need to look. I have important documents, and they finally let me in. Went in the back, found it. And as I found the money, one of the guys that was walking was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, just getting some documents. Let me see those documents. Just hightailed out of there. I was like, see you later,
Yeah, because
buddy.
they could have literally been like, that was
That's
donated,
ours.
that's our money.
That's our money, 100%. So got it back, came home. Both my parents, walking in the door, I was like, and like my dad, I just have so many visuals of him. He was just like smoking cigarettes on this little like, circle table, and just like my mom and just like total stress, just like puffing away. And I walk in, he's like, did you get it? Did you get it? I got the money and I put it on the desk, and I was like, Mom, don't ever go into my room again. And my dad's, stay out of his room, young.
Your poor mom.
I know, she didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. Anyway, I had a lot of good memories of like my dad's shop and my dad.
A good e-file speed for around the cuticle. I like about 4,000.
For was that the ball bit?
The ball, any of the bits. I like about 3 to 4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice. 3 to 4 ball bits.
A pleasure room? No, it was not a pleasure room. He just liked to freak us out to keep us out of the room.
Oh, no. What she's talking about is she actually DM'd me. She posted on stories. It was really funny. She's like, my pleasure room, and it was like our Twitch. Like her watching our Twitch is like her. Yeah, it was actually really funny.
I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, it was good. Nail pleasure room. That was so hilarious. It was good. It was funny. I was cracking up. Designed by Talk Like a Hick to You from YouTube. I slightly overfiled from arch to smile line. Safe to use hard gel to protect.
I slightly overfiled from arch to smile line. Yes. Now here's the thing. Is it a pink and white? So I'm going to give you a little hack. If it's a pink and white and you file a little too much and you want to do gel, if you put build over it, it's going to get a slight gray tone. It's going to kind of do this weird, funky thing. Use gloss instead.
Oh, there you go.
You're not using it as builder. You're using it as a filler. And gloss won't get that kind of weird little shadowy thing.
DZanatramp 23. My wife wants pixie dust. How do I apply it? I don't have gel. Can I use your finished top coat?
Yeah.
So is that glitter? Pixie dust?
Yeah, like
Okay.
a really, really fine one.
Got
Yeah,
it.
totally. I love using. I sugar in our finish all the time. It works really great.
Nice, Tracy.
So annoying.
So annoying. Go up a little bit, Ramon. I thought I saw something else. No filter in front of my parents starting at 21, still the same 10 years later. Yeah, my daughter's 11 and she's like already getting in that no filter stage. And I'm like, yo, you need to chill the light. You guys actually, they saw it. You guys saw it.
We saw it firsthand.
Yes. And I was like, hey, and actually after that stream where she like dropped a little, I forgot what she said, but ass. I pulled her aside. I'm like, hey, you cannot talk like that. You got to, and I know I'm not the best example because I told you guys, like, when my wife and I talk, we both cuss and we try not to when the kids are in the room, but it happens.
Yeah.
But I'm like, there's a time there's a time and place.
It's actually an important lesson.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Little punk. I swear to God. Good thing you got the money back. Thanks, Tracy. What do we have here? My mom doesn't know how to cuss. Yeah, neither does my mom. But when she does, it sounds funny.
Hilarious.
Same thing. It
It's
makes me
hilarious.
laugh so I can't curse in front of her. No, it's the same thing. My mom does the exact same thing. She does not cuss, but when she does, it's freaking hysterical. It just sounds so not right, correct?
It does, and I don't know why it feels so good to hear it.
Yeah, it does. I tell my daughter, slow your roll. Oh, I do too, man. I got to tell both of my kids. They do, like, that's the thing is when my dad was alive, he would encourage them
Of
to
course.
cuss.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
what grandparents do.
Completely.
It's hilarious.
He
I
loved it.
cannot wait. When a little kid's learning how to say truck, but they say it the wrong way.
Yes.
And you just keep on saying, say truck.
Yes.
Say truck. Yeah.
Dude, we used to go, I remember when we go to Portugal, Greg and I, and this was a long time ago when we had distributors in Portugal, and our distributors at that time had an 8-year-old, she was 8 years old, and she spoke zero English, okay? Zero. And so Greg and I would be like, hey, say this to your parents. And we'd be like, go F yourself. She had no idea what it meant. And she'd go to her dad and go, Papa or whatever, go F yourself. And all of us just fell on the floor laughing. And so she liked it. She thought it was funny.
She's going to say it more.
That's all she said the whole time to her parents. It's just awesome. And then he was like, I'm going to kill you because now she won't stop. Like, she's on this roll. And so we kept giving her like more words, like in secret.
Of course you did.
Of course we did.
You did.
We had to. I haven't cursed since junior high. Shawnee Starfire. Wow. That's
awesome.
impressive. I don't know what I would do if I couldn't cuss. Seriously, it is truly part of, like, when we do the streams and in certain situations, obviously on content, I don't like to cuss because I think there's kids that watch our content too. So I try to keep that at a minimum or not at all. But once we step out of this room, I mean, this is just the truth. I do cuss, but I don't know what I would do if I couldn't. It'd be hard, man.
Do what H-Town Love does.
What does she do?
Cuss in Spanish.
Oh, there we go. I just cussed in Spanish. I like that. Dragon Bear Mama. My kids put their fingers in my ears. Then I guilt them by pulling the mom card. I can't believe my babies would say that with the same mouth they kiss me. That wouldn't work with my kids. They'd be like, well, then I just won't kiss you, Dad.
Problem solved.
Yeah. When my daughter copies what I say, she's 3. I can't help but laugh because it's so funny.
That's the problem. It is kind of funny when, but the more you laugh, the more they're going to say it. It's kind of just a vicious circle. And then they get to the age where it's not cute no more.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's interesting to watch the kids, how they develop in terms of how they speak, the way they talk, the words they use, and then they know what buttons, when they start figuring out what buttons to push to sort of get your attention, it starts to get interesting, Soulful. My mom is Asian and my dad is African American, and I just remember once my dad was teaching my mom curse words. Until this day, it's so funny when she randomly curses like, whoa, what'd you say? That's hilarious. So I can relate to that because my mom's Asian and my dad was Middle Eastern, right? But my dad is the one that had
The potty
the
mouth.
potty mouth. And so there were times where my mom, like every once in a while, he'd be like, come on, young, just like say it once, say it, and then she would say it and we'd all laugh. But then she started directing the language to my dad.
Yes.
And calling him, you effing idiot, and we just be like, ah, like it's hysterical. So I can totally relate to what you're saying. May 1985. I cuss a lot too much, to be honest. Sometimes when the kids are in the room, I know when I step out on their toys. Oh, if I step on a Lego or a toy,
Legos
F-bombs.
are the worst. Lego is just a whole nother level of pain when you step on them.
SoCal Mandy, I have a potty mouth, and my 2 kids have never said a bad word. That's good, man.
good.
That's really good. Did you cuss a lot when you were growing up, Trace? I don't think so. Right?
No.
What if you did? Did you ever in front of your parents by accident?
No.
Not once? Like, were you just like, F, and then like...
No, I didn't cuss.
It just wasn't not even on accident. Mm-mm. The seriousness in your face right now is freaking me out, dude.
No.
But so if you did, it would have been really bad.
Yes.
Like, I can see it on your face. It would have been really bad.
Yes.
What about Stan?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
No, but when you guys met when you were like
I was
you were young.
16. He
Yeah.
was 18.
When you knew him, did he cuss?
No.
Oh, he didn't.
Mm-mm. He cussed prior, but we didn't. The groups we hung out with.
Yeah,
we
didn't cuss.
We didn't cuss.
So what changed? Water wife.
That's what changed.
Me or my brother?
It's a good combo. It's a good combo. But I don't cuss, Mom.
Yeah. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. I had sprained ankle because of double-O. Is that also, you have a sprained ankle and kidney? Is that what I'm understanding?
I had a sprained ankle because of double-O.
Double-O. I'm not sure I
Is
understand.
that a toy? No.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Those big Legos. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those things they're awful. Acidicles, I can curse in 4 languages, but am only fluent in 2. I can cuss in, well, obviously my native language, which I'm very fluent in the cussology.
Is that a class?
It's not even a word. It's not even a word. And then in Arabic, I know cuss words. And here's what's funny in Arabic. A lot of the cuss words are like your mother. Like it's I mean, it gets brutal. It's like, your mother's a bleep or whatever, right?
It always involves the mom.
It involves the mom in some of them. And so sometimes my dad, like, I remember when we were kids, like, we would do something and he would get so mad at us and start cussing at Arabic in us. But what he's really doing is cussing out his own wife.
Yeah. So basically he was blaming her for what you guys did.
Yeah, well, he was basically telling us, your mother is a blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, yo, Dad, that's your wife, bro. I didn't say that to him because he would kick the shit out of me, but kick the stuff out of me. I cuss every day, and what is that? Can you move up, Ramon? Sorry, I just want to see. There it is. I cuss every day, and matter of fact, cuss a driver this morning. Light turns green. He moves an inch and stop. I beat my horn and said...
So obviously he saw the light turn green.
And he just did
moved.
that. Kelly nailed it. My Hispanic son didn't speak Spanish at all. He took a job selling Kirby machines. One day he called me and asked, what did I just tell this little girl, and repeated it. I told him that he shouldn't go back to that house. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, my CS nails. When my brothers and I became teenagers, we would cuss at each other all the time, and my dad, who does cuss, used to get so mad, but my mom, who doesn't cuss, never cared. Why is this theme of like men cuss, women not cussing?
My father didn't cuss.
He did not cuss. Does he cuss today?
No.
Does he know that you cuss?
No.
He does. He thinks you don't cuss?
I don't cuss.
What are you talking? Sorry, you don't cuss. We're going to keep it at that. You don't cuss. You don't cuss.
Every once in a while, I drop something in front of him.
You really? Mm-hmm. Really?
Mm-hmm. My mom goes, Tracy. And my dad goes,
Okay. All right, cool. I thought you were going to
but
be in trouble.
Purely by accident. I do not do that on purpose.
Okay. Dragon Bear Mama, I only really cuss when the men in my life get me super mad. The rest of the time, I substitute words like Farfignugan and Shazbot. I know, totally. There's a lot of frickins in our house, too. I grew up Mormon, so the minute I said a bad word, it was the best feeling in the world. That's awesome. You're like, yes.
Weight off her shoulders.
Just completely let it rip. In my language, the insult is always towards the dad and his family. That's funny. It's interesting, though, right?
It's very interesting.
Like the different languages, how it's either at the mom or in your case, it's the dad. I mean, if I cuss somebody out, which is very rare, I wouldn't cuss somebody out. Like if I'm angry, I won't do that anymore.
You know what? I feel like if you're talking to someone and you're really trying to make a point, like whether it's a husband, whatever,
right?
And then you start cussing. Sometimes you lose. I don't know. It kind of waters down what you're trying to say. Sometimes.
I agree with you. Like when you're cussing.
Yeah, when you just go on just a free fall of cuss words instead of like just this
Getting
is why I'm upset. You know, sometimes it
it masks it completely.
It can kind of like take away from the whole issue.
Oh, completely does. And it gets like my wife and I got into a cussing match. It's not often. We don't do that.
I would not get in an argument with your wife.
Dude, it was gnarly. Like in the driveway, when the kids were little, we just had some issue. I don't remember what the issue was. Like that's how stupid it probably was, but we were just on each other's nerves. And we were cussing each other out in the driveway. Like definitely all the neighbors heard.
Put on a show.
100% fireworks, the show. We've really never, we don't really talk to each other like that. I don't want to, and we don't. But it can get nasty. Sienna D, is it best to start out on commission or an independent contractor in build clients? Great question. Trace, what is your take on this?
It depends on your situation, right? So for me, I went straight into booth rent, but I had about 6 months of being able to do that where it wasn't important for me. Well, it was important, but there wasn't a necessity that I had to start bringing in money right away, that I could have that float and that time of trying to build some clientele up. If you don't have that situation, then it might be best to go into a commission situation. Now, I recommend when you're talking to people about commission, be very honest about what you're looking for. Like, I want to go to booth rent eventually. This is my goal. Make sure that the owner knows that, and here's why. They might eventually, when you're ready, change you over to booth rent if you've had that open communication. If they know that, this is a good employee and eventually I am going to lose them because they want to do their own thing, they might make a deal with you like, okay, let's start at commission and let's reevaluate in 6 months and see where you are. A lot of places do commission and booth rent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you can do that?
You can do that. You just have to keep really good books.
Yeah, you got to keep really good books. Yeah, absolutely. Like where if questioned by the state, it's like
you have to be able to show it.
You got to be able to prove it and show it. Yeah, and yeah, I know a lot of states have cracked down on that. Like they've gotten more aggressive because there's a lot of like blurred lines on people are treating them like employees but paying them like independent contractors.
In the beauty industry, it's quite crazy because a lot of people would ask me, oh, well, I'm a booth renter, and then they would start explaining it, or the owner would say, I have booth renters, and start explaining it. I'm like, they're not booth renters. They're not independent contractors. What?
Yeah.
I said, if the state found out, you would be hit.
You'd be hit.
With all that back. Well, why? Well, first, you don't give them a key to the place.
Right.
Second, you dictate their hours. Third, you're telling them the pricing.
Right.
And you're right, it's very blurred, but it's not.
Yeah.
Really, if you look into the law.
No, you're right, Tracy. If you actually look into it, it's pretty clear
clear.
What constitutes independent contractor. Like you can't tell an independent contractor like be here at this time. It's like it's basically here's your space. You do whatever you want. Here's the key.
Yeah. Even my girl.
Pay rent.
My girls like Sundays when I had a cleaning crew come in. I couldn't tell them not to come in.
Exactly.
I would tell them the cleaning crew is going to be here on Sunday at this time. You are more than welcome to work, but just, you're not going to, your station, you're going to have to make sure that it gets cleaned because it's supposed to be clean. I was being nice by having a cleaning crew come in and clean it for them.
Totally.
But I couldn't tell them not to come in.
Sienna D from YouTube response, the owner I work with now is not charging me high booth rent, but I do like the challenge of gaining clients on my own.
Yeah. And that's another thing. You can talk to people. This is the worst thing someone can say is no, right? So let's say you're starting out and you come to me and my booth rent is set at XYZ. And I get a good feel for you, and I really like you, and I see a lot of potential in you, I might go, you know what? You say you can't afford that.
Right.
We're going to half it for the first 3 months. Then we're going to reevaluate, and we're going to go up to this and do levels. Because it's really nobody else's business what I'm booth renting people,
right.
And how I'm doing it. So the worst thing someone can say is no. So you can also talk to people and try to see if you can make a deal.
Yeah. I always liked your sort of strategy of, you can start off either commission or even hourly in the beginning just to get the experience.
Yep.
And that way you're not focused on, because building a clientele, the marketing, that whole part is another skill, and that takes a lot of work. And so initially focusing on technique, where they're the ones bringing the clients in for you, and you're focused on your time, doing the nails, technique, speed, right? And then still able to survive getting paid in the initial phases. And then once you kind of get that down, I like that, to be able to branch off and go on your own.
Yeah, because if you're a booth renter, it is no responsibility of mine as the person that actually owns the building to make sure you have clientele. Now, I took it personal. I wanted to make sure you ended up with clientele, but your money's coming one way or the other. That's how I get paid. Now, if you're a commission or hourly, it is completely in my best interest to make sure you have people sitting in your chair.
Absolutely. Soulful, I started commission because I really needed money at that time after school, but I was so fortunate that the owner was so kind and helpful that when I built my clientele, I went to renting.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's great.
I love the idea of booth renting eventually. I mean, I do, just because you're in control, you're managing. I mean, you're doing a lot because you're doing everything, but it's your business at that point.
Yep.
But it is a different game, because you're having to do the accounting, the inventory management, the marketing, and then obviously the services itself. But I love how all these spaces have popped up too, with the Phoenix salons, like the
suites.
The suites. The suites are amazing.
Great. Yeah.
Right?
It's a great way of getting your own little place. But in a different form, a different way. And then I would say when you go commission or hourly and all that, the only thing is careful what you sign, right? I don't even know how legal it is, but some people will try to put in there that you are not allowed to do your own social media.
Yeah.
You cannot give your phone number or your social media out to your clients. So when you do decide to switch, or you're not allowed to go to another place within so many miles of that salon.
Like a non-compete of some sort?
Yeah, and
That's
again,
insane.
I don't know how legal it is, but I wouldn't really be interested, legal or not, I wouldn't be interested in signing something like that or working for someone that wanted me to sign something like that. But careful what you sign.
I could not agree. The only thing that you have going for you is your social media as far as what you can own. And I think that's it. We've heard this. People have DM'd us and said, my salon owner said I can't post anything. I can't take pictures of the client's nails. I can't have my own social media. Everything has to go to the social media of the salon.
But they're not doing anything.
And that is very sketchy. You should be allowed to, even if you're on commission, you should, like for your own social media, you should be able to take pictures of the work. And so I don't know the legalities of all that either. I'm not an attorney. I mean, you should maybe talk to somebody that is, but that freaks me out. Because if something happens to the salon, for whatever reason, if you decide that you want to leave, you should be able to at least take with you a portfolio. You know,
Yeah.
not even talking about bringing clients. Like, forget that. Like, you have nothing to show for. At least you know, if you have a portfolio with your work, that at least you can now build a clientele off of, like, hey, go to my Instagram, or people can seek you out and search you. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a bad way to go as a salon owner. It's immediately going to put a bad taste in my mouth about even working there.
Yeah.
But what if your salon burns down
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
tomorrow? You know, and as a salon owner, I'm not worried about you taking your clientele. There's the people that are going to, if they want to stay, they'll stay. If they don't want to stay, they're not going to stay no matter what.
Yeah. From YouTube, Emma Diaz, is it better to build clients or rent a station at a nail salon? I'm not sure I understand. Is it better to build clients, or because they're like, when you rent a station, you have to build clients. Yeah. So if you could clarify, Emma, give us more information on your question. That way we can answer it. From YouTube, Brittany Hoganson, how do you know when you have a full clientele? Is it a specific number, or you're booked out for an amount of days or weeks? Trace?
Everybody's full clientele is different to them.
This is interesting.
I have people that would tell me, I have a full clientele. I'm like, that's awesome. And they had 20 clients. To me, that was not a full clientele. That's almost a day's worth of work. You know, for me, full clientele is how many days you want to work, how many hours you want to work.
Right. How much money do you want to make?
Once you have all the people that fill that spot, you have a full clientele for yourself.
Yeah. I think you need to start with, you have to be real of, like, okay, how much money do I want? Mm-hmm. You know, first of all, how much money do I need to survive? And then how much over that do I want? You know, what lifestyle am I looking for? Do I want to have extra money? Do I want to save for college for my kids? Do I not, you know, screw them? They can get loans. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I want to take a couple vacations a year. What does that lifestyle look like? Break it down, and then you work backwards. So, like, if you're like, I want to make 75, like, actually, can we break this down? I actually want to do this for a second. Like,
what's that noise?
I want to.
Oh, it's the truck.
Oh, outside, yeah. So I want to make $75,000 a year, right?
I want more.
You want more. Okay, I'm just going to go with 75 as a middle ground. I know you want more. But let's start with 75K a year.
Yep.
Then you can work backwards. So just average service price. Give me something where.
Let's go low, because let's say, okay, once you build a clientele, it's mostly fills.
It's mostly fills.
So that's $60.
Okay, so let's go 60. Divided by 60. Okay, This is not including tips. Just we're going to go $60. That's 1,250 services a year. You have to do 1,250 services a year. Divided by 52 weeks. That's 24 services a week, Trace.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Are we sure?
Let me run. This is revenue.
Yeah,
okay?
no taxes. I'm
not talking taxes,
products,
not talking costs, not talking salon. I'm talking $75,000 in revenue that you want to bring in.
Got it.
Right?
Yep.
Divided by $60 a service, guys. $1,250 divided by 52 weeks, 24 services. So if you work 5 days a week, that's let's call it 5 services a day.
Perfect.
If you do 5 services a day and you're making an average of $60 a service, you're bringing in revenue of $75,000, and that's 5 days a week. 5 days a week, okay? This is why I think the nail business is so amazing. How realistic is that for somebody to attain, Trace? How realistic is that?
It's
very, right?
It's very, because there's glitter, there's art, there's full sets, there's rebalances, which is more than a fill. Like, this is the very minimum.
This is the minimum.
Yeah, which is amazing. Amazing. I love this career. I do.
It's a beautiful industry, and you can have your own business, and if you don't even have to, if you're like, you know what, I want time. Time is my asset. Mm-hmm. So I want to do 5 services a day. And which essentially, if you're, let's call it, if that's fills, that's 2.5 hours of work a day. Let's just say it's 5 hours. I'm going to give you 5 hours, okay, to just whatever on average. Okay, let's say you're doing some rebalances, but mostly fills. That's a hell of a lifestyle and a hell of a career, Tracy, that you can make.
Yep.
Now, you bump that up, just double that, right? If you bump that up to 10 services a day, how many services a day were you doing?
12 to 16.
12 to 16, fills mostly, right?
Mostly fills.
Exactly. So you can do the math. You were making good flipping money. Yes.
Yes.
And you were charging, at that time, were you charging $60 a fill back then?
No, because I mean that was, I probably
It was a while
averaged
ago.
that with
Was that like
everything.
15 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I also charged for my art and I charged for everything
Yeah.
else. So even with,
Were you making more?
I think my fills were like 45.
Okay,
So,
okay.
So
probably in that range,
yeah,
right?
I was.
You're making good
more
money.
Than 100,000 a year.
But this is what I'm saying. It's like, now I'm not saying that's easy to do, right? To get 5 clients consistently a day, every single day. It sounds like, oh, that's not a lot. And in the end, it still takes work to get here.
Yeah.
But we're not saying like you got to do 15 clients a day like Tracy, and like she wanted that. You know what I'm saying?
And let me explain why I did that too. First of all, I started whittling my days down. I had a young son. I volunteered at the school, and I liked working 3 days a week.
Yeah.
So I fit 12 to 16 clients in a day.
Got it. And so you weren't going 5 days a week. But you were working 3 days a week.
But if I wanted to make more money, I probably would have kept on adding days and doing 12 to 16 a day.
That's the beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You have options.
It's options. Like I could have, worked 5 days and then spread all those clients out over the 5 days. I probably would have just packed more people in, but it's up to you.
It's up to you. 50/50 Hawaiian from YouTube. I noticed the need in my area for sculpting nails. I say this because there are many people with ultra short nail plates. How do I build a nail on top of skin, basically? Well, you don't want to put on top of, you're talking about the nail.
Well, sometimes when you're doing a bitten nail,
if
we're
I see.
talking like
I
that
see.
situation,
I gotcha.
Sometimes we try to put the form on the skin, so you're not really touching the skin. A little bit may touch the skin that one time, because past that,
Right.
you're doing fills.
You're doing fills.
So we have some bitten nail videos. Check them out. Because a lot of times what we worry about, because when we're sculpting, right, when we're taught sculpting, we're taught like it needs to go under the free edge. And then you're like, but there's
no free edge.
So it's you have to put on the form where it is actually just allowing the product to go up and over the form without getting caught.
Yeah.
Greg has some great videos.
Yeah,
really good
bitten
videos on
nails.
this. So
Go to YouTube,
Yeah.
bitten nails, young nails, bitten nails, and you will find quite a few. That breakdown, yeah, C's, right? Like, isn't that insane? When you actually break it down like that, you can see the possibilities of what you can do in this career, in this business. It's insane. Kira, it's nice that you wanted to work less days. You could do 8 services a day for 3 days and have plenty of time off for other things. Exactly. That's the thing. That's what you chose to do, right?
That's what I chose. It worked really good for my schedule, and I really loved the fact that, let's say, in the future, I wanted to make more money, or as RJ got older, if I had stayed in the salon, I probably would have opened up more days.
Yeah.
And made more money.
Totally. Bespoke nails. I have 6 clients, but only 2 pay full price. It's more of a hobby for me, but I'd like to have a few more paying clients. That's cool if it's more of a hobby. Is that the truth, or are you saying that to? I just want to know if it's the truth. Then cool. Then you're good. Like if it's a hobby, you just enjoy it. But are you thinking about maybe going full career? I mean, if you have 6 clients and
She's in South Africa, right? You're
Oh.
in South Africa,
are you?
I think.
Okay,
I right?
that's awesome. But I'd just be curious.
Yeah, you can, and you know what? If you want more clients, right? Let's say you have those clients, and you're doing other people for a hobby. There's nothing wrong with saying them. I don't do this for a hobby anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have to start paying.
Exactly. Pay me my money. No, Michigan.
Oh, why did I think you were South Africa?
I know we got somebody
My
here in South
apologies.
Africa. Well, I think that's awesome that you've got 6 clients, you do it as a hobby. But what's cool is like, you already you have some experience. And then at a certain time, if you want to like turn it up. But yeah. Anyway, Soulful. This is so random. But does anyone know where I can find something that holds dispenses form rolls? I have some, but it only fits really small rolls.
Amazon.
Amazon. There you go. Shannon Kane, what would be the best way to transition into this field from a COVID-stable job when my schedule is flexible? How can I build a clientele or work in a salon when I have time, but it seems very random? So you're in a COVID-stable job right now,
Got it.
and you're looking to transition into the nail business. Well, the first thing is, I'm sure, Tracy will give you more detail on this, but while you're working in your COVID stable job, keep it until then you can practice your technique while you've got that job. I wouldn't recommend just cutting out and then go practice technique and you have no income now, but you have some time to practice, get your technique down, and then, at a client, you can slowly make that transition if that's what you really want to do. But what do you think, Trace?
It really depends. If you need that job, then you're going to have to work around that job. It will take longer.
Yeah.
Because you're having to fit. And I started out as part-time when I first started out. It didn't last long because I realized I had the time. And it was because I was trying to get cheaper booth rent, but I realized that it was hurting me getting clientele. But that's okay. It would have just took me twice as long. But you could also maybe speak to your job. Sometimes people are flexible.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose you, so they might be like, hey, let's work around your schedule as you start to build.
Totally.
It's really on what you're needing.
Yeah.
It's hard. I get that. Welcome, Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa Bartolo, thank you for subscribing at Tier 1 for 2 months. Welcome. Good to see you here.
I have
Very
a
much
question.
appreciate. Yes.
It just brought it to mind.
Sure.
Hey, Ramon.
Hey, Ramon.
Have you followed us on Twitch yet?
That's a great question,
Yeah, I thought
Tracy. Ramon, have you followed? It takes I know it's hard, and it takes all about 2 seconds to create an account and follow us.
We can help you.
Yeah, we can help you. You need tech support? IT? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, he does. Okay. Mm-hmm. So is that a no?
No.
So no. It's always a no.
Okay.
How do I build a nail on someone that is half of a nail bed? Her natural nail does not grow. Okay.
Little nail she has grows in vertical.
Right back to the bitten nail. So watch that video. It's exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lotion and baskets and YN Hearts. What's up, Dragon Bear Mom? Yes, welcome to Vanessa Bartolo for subbing. We got to give a little lotion basket and juices. Any juices and berries? Wait, do we have juices and berries? Oh, yeah, Ramon is busy with juices and berries. You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you? So that explains. So once the juices, okay, will you promise us this, Ramon? Once juices and berries is complete and cakes and pies, will you not sub, but at least follow first and
Just follow.
maybe, okay. Promise?
We won't go crazy.
Okay, guys, he said,
Juices and berries, I'll
okay, one of those juices and berries, lotions and baskets. God, that felt good. Is there an easy way to take off glued on nails, Tracy? Full cover juices and berries.
Glued on nails. I still electric file them off. You can soak them. You just wrap them. I like cutting the length off. No need in like trying to soak off stuff that can just be clipped off, and then kind of rough them up and then wrap them.
Wrap them.
Or I like to electric file the
Wrap it
majority of off. Our tornado bit works amazing for taking off that.
What is the back and forth on wedding crashers? You
Mom, meatloaf.
No, not meatloaf. That's a good one. Mom. No, you not wrap it up. Like wrap it up. You wrap it up. No, lock it up. You lock it up. No, you lock it up. When him and they're going out the staircase.
Was that when the mom?
Yeah, the
Yes,
mom
yes.
attacks. The
Yes.
mom attacks.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson,
Yeah.
and then the other guy's like, "Oh, you got attacked by I'm being attacked by the one girl." And they start telling each other basically, "You lock it up. You lock it up." Sorry, totally went off on a complete tangent here.
Mom,
Meatloaf, juices and berries. And lotions and baskets, 50/50 Hawaiian. How can I use high quality products and charge accordingly when local salons in Ohio, my area, use cheap stuff and charge $30 for a full set? This is a great question. This is a real life situation of they're using cheap products. They charge $30 a set. I use quality. I have to charge more. How do I do it?
you don't pay attention to them. I had cheap salons all around me. and not, I'm not saying you know, hey, the going price in this town is $50 and I'm going to charge 300.
You only need one.
You only need one.
Need one customer though.
All day, I only need one. That number goes way down, Habib. Like, I got 4 clients. I am clocking 100,000.
Yes.
But when it comes to those cheaper salons,
Yeah.
there will always have clientele for them, and there will always be clientele for you. So just mind your business, educate your clients. How are you going to do that? Instagram.
Yeah.
You're gonna put your pictures on there. You're gonna explain what quality products do, how long your nails last, your sanitation methods, showing your salon and what that looks like, and people are gonna naturally. And I always say this: we tend to get in these price wars, right? So Habib goes, you know what? I charge $60. I'm like, ha ha ha. I charge 50.
Don't laugh like that, by the way. Sorry.
I charge 50. And then I go, you know what? I'm going to charge 40. And then Habib goes, well, I'm going to charge. And you guys start doing this price war. And you get to a point where you're like, I charge 30. And as a customer, I go, Habib charges 60.
Mm-hmm.
Ramon charges 30. I perceive
Yeah.
that Habib does a better job.
Right.
It's the whole white t-shirt thing. A white t-shirt at Walmart is $6. You can go to Michael Kors and you can spend $100 on a white t-shirt.
Right.
You know, what consumer, what customer are you?
Yeah. And like the question I would ask also is, why do you use high quality products? Like, why are you paying more for your products? Right. So you like kind of look at yourself. There's some answers there. Well, you're looking just like you, like Tracy's saying, there's a customer out there that also wants high quality nails.
High quality.
You know what I'm saying? And then also, I like to use us as an example because I can tell you what we do and what you can take from what we do and implement it in your own business. But our nail products, Young Nails, is not cheap, right? I have competitors. In the nail business, oh my God.
Yeah.
I have competitors all over the world that ship all over the world, ship internationally, and charge 1/10 of the cost of what we charge. I do not care. Like, our competition is so insanely fierce, but what do we do? Well, first of all, you know, we do look for quality. So our raw materials are more expensive. They are. This is something that we talk about often. Like Tracy's saying, you should talk about the quality of your products. Yeah. That's what we talk about, the quality of our products and how we take the time to test and ensure quality for you guys. But then also on top of that, what do? We give an insane amount of value. Even if you don't use our products, you can go to any of our social media channels and learn how to do nails for absolutely free. So what we're doing is we're giving tons of value, and you know, with the hope that, hey, they are the experts in this nail field. Young Nails knows what they're talking about, and hopefully you'll go back and say, let me try the products, which are high quality, by the way. You can apply this to your same business. Explaining what you do. You know, the one thing, Tracy, I wanted to tell you this too. On this topic of high quality salons, my wife recently she was going to go get she likes to go get manicures and pedicures. And she was like, yeah, you know, I went to a couple of the salons and she's super focused on cleanliness right now, right? Because of COVID and everything.
Oh yeah.
She walked into a few salons and she was like, Habib.
Right back out.
I walked right back out.
Yep.
The one thing that I asked her, what if there was a salon that one of their focuses on their content was talking about cleanliness, how they keep their implements clean, how they, you know, like literally a shot of them like cleaning behind the desk in spots that you would never see to make sure it's clean. She's like, I would be there in 2.2 seconds.
It's stuff that, especially if you are already that type of person, we don't even think about it. We don't even think about, you know, I did as a salon owner because I used to drive me crazy. I would tell the girls, please walk into the salon like it's the first time you ever walked into it.
Absolutely.
Look at your lights. Would you stick your hand in your lights? Please throw them away.
Yes.
But sometimes when you're just that type of person, you don't see the importance of it.
Yeah.
You know, you that's just how you are.
Right.
You don't no one wants to see that.
Right.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
they
do.
want to see it.
They want, especially right now,
now.
Tracy. Yeah. Talk about that in your content. Educate your clients on the products you're using, like Tracy is saying. Talk about how you care about the natural nail. Dude, if we had a salon, Tracy, I mean, which would be insane.
It would be.
Right? It'd be insane. If we had a salon, that the amount of content I'd be putting out every day on, like, I would be talking about the styles of nails. I'd be talking about the shaping. I'd be educating the client on stuff that they wouldn't even understand. I would do, because even though they don't understand it, they're going to be like, yo.
They appreciate it.
Tracy Salon.
Tracy Salon.
Trace Beebs Salon.
I like Tracy.
Tracy?
Yeah. Go flows better.
Do you know, like Trace Beeb?
Yeah. Tracy. It sounds like you're making fun of Tracy.
It
works.
Tracy.
Tracy.
Tracy Salon. We would be putting out the content that is like the same content that we're putting out now. I'm telling you, we'd be putting that out because people are going to be like, yo, they're experts. And so these are the things that you should be doing to differentiate yourself. And then obviously nail art, and customization. Look at our page, go to our channel and check out all those videos that Tracy and Greg, they talk about this stuff all the time.
And I think Kelly nailed it. You're right. You get what you pay for. However, the one thing, so my the girls in the salon, they would, people would call all the time, and because we were the most expensive in town. I liked being right up there. I never wanted to be like gouging people, but I wanted to be right up there with, if someone else was charging it, I'm charging it, and maybe a little bit more. And people would call, why are you so expensive? And they would say, well, you get what you pay for. And I said, please don't say that.
Yeah.
I charge what I'm worth. That's the only response you get from me.
Yeah.
I charge what I'm worth. That's it.
It's a great response because it's like, whoa, there's confidence.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you going, Tracy is confident. She knows her work is this value. And she's not saying, again, it's $5,000 for a service. It's like, it's on the upper side of pricing, but she's worth that pricing.
Yep.
Designed by Sisyphus Salon Nail Tech on IG. Show your cleaning process, how the environment and atmosphere is as your social media content. Yeah, mind blown. I'm telling you, I would be doing that right now.
At least once a day, I'd be posting.
At least once a day.
Of the process of cleaning. Oh,
Yes.
my client just left. Let me show you what I do.
Oh my God, that is such a good piece of content, guys.
Yeah.
Like, you need to do that.
Yeah. I think someone asked about the 3D brush and prepping. I'm a little careful with my 3D brushes. I just soak them in monomer and kind of slowly work it out. Usually it comes out way faster than a typical brush, but just so you know, that's how I do it.
Is the Master Gel Brush made with synthetic bristles, or is it Kolinsky or something else? I think it's...
Our Finesse gel brush is synthetic. Our gel sculptor brush with the wood handle is a Kolinsky.
Nice. Kira, everyone likes cleaning and organizing videos, especially me. Totally. So satisfying, especially now. All right, guys, we have to wrap it up. God, we could talk on this forever. We'll talk more about this. I want to talk more about this differentiating yourself, in the space, and also about any other insane topics. we never know where we're gonna go here on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us. And we will be back next week on Monday. Correct, Ramon? Monday at 8?
Yes,
Monday at 8? Okay, because Greg has a class?
And you have a class.
Oh, I have a class too. That's right. Two classes.
Ooh, it's a full day.
2 classes that day, so we got a full day on Monday. Perfect. So we'll do 8 a.m. on Monday. Guys, have an amazing weekend. And if you have any questions, let us know. You can always DM us. Cakes and pies.
Bye.
Bye. Lotions, baskets. Juices.